What is up, YouTube? My name is David Lee, and you're watching Asian with Cards. And we're at Underground Games post 2024 Edison Showdown, and we got Andrew Zhang from Oklahoma City, and you made top 8 with a very special Blackwing deck with a little twist. What you got going on over here?
All right, so it's Blackwings. I'll save the surprise for later, but right now I'm just going to go through the main deck.
Awesome. Let's go through it.
All right, just one Vayu, one Blizzard, or one Gale, 2 Blizzards, 3 Kalutes, 2 Boras, 3 Shuras, 3 Sirakos, 1 Dad, 1 Cyber Dragon. And the main deck looks a little weird. I should be on 3 Blizzards. I'll get to what happened later.
Right.
All right, for the spells, 1 Braincon, 1 MST, 1 Heavy, 2 Whirlwinds, 2 Books, 1 Smashing Ground. Again, a little suspicious. For the traps, Trap Stun, Smashing Ground, Trap Stun, pretty old school.
Yep. Pretty 2010.
1 Solemn, 1 Trap Dust Shoot, 1 Starlight Road, also pretty 2010, Mirror Force. And the 2 Loves, 2 Wick Attacks, 2 Deep Prisons, 2 Bottomlesses, 2 Compulses, and 2 Legacy of Yatagarasus.
Awesome. Pretty typical for what something may look like 2010, aside from maybe the Smashing Ground.
Yep.
Let's go into the extra deck.
All right.
All right, so extra deck.
All right. Android, Catastor, Goyo, Brio, 2 Armed Wings, 1 Armor Master, 1 Black Rose, 1 Dark End, 1 Silverwind, 1 Stardust, 1 Colossal, and now the surprise is out. 1 Gladiator Beast Gazaris, Heraclinos, and Chimera Tech.
Okay. And that's Chimera Tech is for the 1 Cyber Dragon in the main.
Yep.
Against possibly Machina.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then what's in the extra deck?
All right. As you probably have guessed, it is a whole Gladiator Beast smokescreen. 2 Glad Beasts, 2 Liquoris, 2 Equests, 1 Darius, 1 Murmillo, 1 Bestiari, 1 Rediari, 2 Test Tigers, 3 Proving Grounds, and 2 Word Chariots.
Awesome. And so when you're doing this, what would be your method in trying to side it in without them trying to figure out that you're siding your whole side deck?
I would shuffle my whole side deck into my main deck and then just take out 15 cards. And I would even do this if I didn't plan on siding any of these in.
Interesting. Okay. So you had one interesting matchup against an opponent. Was it a Blackwing matchup or was it a Diva Hero matchup that you had?
Yeah, it was the Diva Hero matchup. He sided in Consecrated Lights game 2 against me. He went normal Consecrated Light pass. He didn't even set back row, even though he told me he did. He didn't want to lose stick attack immediately. So I normal summoned a quest, beat over Consecrated Light, his jaw dropped. My round 1 opponent's jaw also dropped.
But what was he playing?
He was playing Glads. I got down to a very simplified game state he had no back row. I just outgrinded him, beat over his monsters.
And just so to preface, with this whole smokescreen, you had very little understanding of the matchup, but you saw the potential from some of your friends that were using Glads against you, and you wanted to try it yourself, right?
Yeah, so the point of this was your main deck might not be prepared, or your deck after siding might not be prepared to fight against Glads, but you are also probably not mentally prepared to fight against Glads. And I was banking on that. I will say I punted top 8 really hard. I'm not a very skilled Glad player, and I have a lot to learn with this deck that I probably will not, because I will just play a different deck.
Right. So walking in the top 8, like, it's understandable if your brain shuts down after like resting for a while. So over here, out of curiosity, how much time did you actually have with Glads leading up to the tournament?
Probably like 2 or 3 days. I played 2 DB matches. That was it.
And then you did some play testing the night before.
I didn't even do that.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you had that, and then were you still trying to get warmed up in how to use it optimally?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
I played Glads like way back in the day on Dueling Network.
Gotcha. So what's the reasoning for having to do 2 Equests with the Blackwing deck?
All right, so maybe I should explain. There are 18 Blackwing cards in the main. Let's see.
Obvious stuff that you would side out?
Yeah. So there's 18, so I have to keep 3 in, and for most matchups it's going to be 1 Gale, 1 Blizzard, or 1 Shura, and 1 Sirocco. Against Vayu Turbo, it would probably be 3 Siroccos and maybe even a Gale, and I take out something else. And Sirocco's a beater. Gale halves, so your Glads can run over. They're just good cards. And I am slimming down the Blackwing ratios a little bit because I have to fit in room for everything. So there's no room for Allure or Repression, which is painful, but once you're actually in the zone and dueling, you're just focusing on the cards in front of you. You're not focusing on whether your deck has Oppression or Allure or not. Yeah, that's the way I view things.
Okay, so some other questions. In the main deck, you had 1 Smash and Ground, 1 Trap Stun, and 2 Icarus attacks. How would you use the 2 Icarus attacks with the synergy of Smoke Screening?
Well, the 2 quests, the Bestiary, and of course the 3 Blackwings that I leave in the main give you plenty of targets to use for attacks. It is kind of maybe a surprise.
Okay, we're back. So talking about the Icarus attacks.
Yep. So, of course, I'm keeping in the 2 Ick attacks. They work pretty well. You have 6 targets, well, 9 targets with Proving Grounds. And
how many times have you used Icarus attack in response to like Bottomless Trap Hole or Dimensional Prison with like a?
I have a couple times. I remember one time someone blind MST'd an Icarus attack, and he had enough targets on board for me to fully utilize it. It was overall pretty good. And the other shout out I want to give it is Compulse. Yeah, Compulse was pretty MVP. Helped me dodge Soul Exchange. Helped me just save my monsters. Compulsed Armed Wing under Oppression, like enemy Armed Wing under Oppression. Compulse is my best friend.
And so here's a couple other questions. You were using a different deck before this, and it was Fairies, right?
Yeah. My normal deck is Fairies, Lightsworn Fairies, Christia.
Yep. And what made you change your mind on using Christia?
I hate the Glad matchup with that deck. It is so bad, and I know Glads actually take skill to play, which I didn't have. But yeah.
And then on Blackwings, how much time have you put into Blackwings previously?
A decent amount.
But you didn't have enough warm-up time behind?
Yeah, I didn't have enough. I didn't play Blackwings until like the testing the 2 days before.
But you had enough mindset behind it to actually run it fine. But it's the Glads that may have been a little short.
For sure.
Okay, so what was the shock factor like in the Swiss tournament?
Okay, so round 1, in game 2, as I was beating him down with Glads, my opponent said his eye was twitching. He literally said that to me.
What was he playing?
He was playing Glads as well, so I would have died with Fairies to him immediately.
Okay, and then that was and then there was the Diva Hero moment.
Yeah, in round 3. Round 2 was a Blackwing Ditto. I did not side in Glads at all because that's like Glads' worst matchup.
When was the word starting to really get out?
Honestly, after round 1, my round 3 opponent was surprised. By round 4, everybody knew I was 3-0. Round 4 was against Vayu on stream. Very close battle. He lost with Oppression on his field. Round 5 was against Ryanide. Great opponent. I had a chance to go for lethal in game 2, and then in game 3 it came crashing down. I lost some time. Round 6 I got unceremoniously 2-0'd by Vayu. He aggro GG'd me.
Gotcha.
And round 8, I self-destructed against the
round 8, top 8.
My round 3 opponent, which was Diva Hero Zombies. I just let my Bestiary get bottomless. And it was terrible.
It's kind of ironic that you 2-0'd him and then he reversed 2-0's you, but he already knew the smoke screen from behind.
Yep, makes for a good storyline.
Yep. Is there anyone you want to thank over here for how the deck is running?
Everyone who came with me on this trip, all the OKC homies for Edison Format, and especially David Lee, you, for letting me borrow all the GB cards, because I'm not buying this shit.
What's this thing? This thing?
Yeah, this thing.
Was it like $20 right now?
$20 probably.
Yeah, Edison needs to get cheaper again. Make Edison great again, right?
All right, yep.
All right, cool. Any last words?
None.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you very much, Andrew.
All right.